Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Um, we all know that aware that of Azure Resource Group have max 800 deployments on single resource group. After this max limits is reached, we cannot deploy any resource to the that resource group, that particular resource groups. So we need to delete the deployment history. So after that we are able to deploy the services on that resource group. Um, to resolve this error when this max limits are reached or nearby, we know that 800 is the max limit. So if a particular resource group reaches the 800 or near to the 800, if it reaches 800, it will when we try to deploy some resource, it will show you the error that we cannot deploy resource because its quota is quota limit is reached. If it is nearby also, we can delete the deployments using because if you try to delete manually, it will takes time and it's time consuming also. We are not able to go delete one by one deployments, right? So in this today's tutorial, I will show you how to delete the deployments history using Azure DevOps automation. Okay. Um, let's yeah. Our precondition is max 800 deployments on resource groups, and so deployment is not possible. And we have number so many number of resource groups are there, and that some resource groups are locks enabled. So if we try to delete the deployments also, because of the resource group locks enabled, we cannot able to delete the deployments, right? First, we need to delete these locks on the resource group and try to delete the deployment. So, what is our execution in the execution section? We will see on our DevOps pipeline will run in a way that it removes the locks on resource groups and removes the deployment history on the resource groups and re-enables the locks with the same lock name and lock type. Lock whatever lock name you have provided, same lock name will be re-enabled later, and same lock type also, whether it is reader lock or delete lock. Okay. In the post condition, so our we can deploy the resources on the resource group on services on the resource group because the Azure is our resource group is deployment. We deleted the deploy, removed the clean up the deployment history, right? So we can deploy the services, and we also bonus is the log details are stored in the pipeline artifact because in case when running the pipeline where the pipeline is failed due to any reason, so we lost the lost the details of which resource group have lack enabled right. If there are thousand of resource group, if their number to multiple resource groups are there, in the middle the resource in the middle pipeline fails, and then we don't have track of log details on resource group. So in this pipeline we have a script, PowerShell script that that stores the log details in the our pipeline artifact. Yeah, to do this lab, we need some prerequisites, which are the one is Azure subscription. We need Azure subscription, whether it is free or pay as you go. Any subscription you needed, and Azure DevOps account. One Azure DevOps account we needed with yeah. For demo, for demo in this demo, I am showing you by creating by creating some resource groups and deploying some services on the resource group because I'm not able to deploy 800 services, right? I will deploy 4 to 5 services and show you how to and show you that our pipeline will remove the locks and I will enable the locks on the same resource group and run the pipeline. It will delete the deployment history on that resource group and re-enables the locks also. For in this demo, I am creating one resource group deploy some services on that resource group, and I will enable locks on resource group. I will create one service principal and assign custom roles for that service principal, because our DevOps portal need to communicate with our DevOps pipeline need to communicate with our Azure services by using this service principal. Okay, for that we need service principal, and we are assigning custom roles, because here these are the custom roles like resource group, read resource group, deployments, delete, read, lock, delete. These are the custom roles we needed. I can't assign all the permission to my service principal. I need some custom roles. So I am going to assign that these custom role permission to my service principal. Um, for demo in the DevOps portal, I am going to create a one project and create a service connection to connect with the DevOps Power Pipeline with the Azure portal, and import the repo from GitHub. I have one repository where I have code files. I have a YAML file for pipeline and PowerShell script, Azure PowerShell script for Azure PowerShell task, and I will create a pipeline. Let's move on to the demo. Okay. For this, I'm going to starting with the create one resource group. Okay. Then I will deploy some services. I will go by one by one. Yeah. Let's go to Azure portal. Yeah. This is our Azure portal. I'm going to resource group here. These are the resource groups already present here. Okay. Let me open one resource group. I will go to deployments. Here there are zero deployments because I ran my pipeline. The pipeline deleted my deployment history. In real-time scenario, you may have reached 800 or near to 800 deployments. So, and also locks are enabled on your resource group. If you try to delete the deployments on the resource group with an lock enabled, you will not able to delete the deployments because locks are enabled. So we first need to remove these locks, right? Yeah. Without wasting the time, I will create one another resource group for our demo, and I will deploy some services on that to that resource group and I will deploy some resource to this Shashi storage group. Here also it's one lock enabled as you can see. Okay, I'm creating one resource group. My demo, review and create. Yeah, let's go to our resource group. Now there are no deployments in this my resource group, and no logs are enabled, right? Yeah, okay. Now I am going to deploy some resource to this resource group, services to that resource group. I will deploy onto storage accounts. Okay. In our case, I am going to deploy two, three services to our resource group. I am not able to deploy 800 or near to 800. For our demo, I am taking two, three services. My demo resource group is my demo storage account name. Give something like today's demo is it okay? Review and create. Click on create. So it's submitting deployments. Meanwhile, I will deploy another storage account to the same resource group. Create. Yeah, let's go to that resource group. My demo. Right. If I go to deployments here, I have the deployment history. One is deploying, one storage account is deploying currently, and one is already deployed. If I go to overview, I can see the resources. One is deploying, so I am not able to see that that storage account. Coming to deployments, yeah. If we delete the deployments, it will not delete the services. Remember this. If we delete the deployment history, it will not affect in any resources, any of these resources. Okay, we are only deleting the deployment history. Mm, Locks are not enabled. I will not enable the locks for this resource group. Let me go to this resource group. This is lock already lock enabled and zero deployment history on this resource group. Okay, I will deploy one storage account to this resource group also. So my resource group name is Shashi. Let me create one. Give the name and click on review create. Okay, validation failed because right operation because okay, I have enabled read only locks on this resource group. That's why the deploying is not it is not allowing me to deploy. So I will remove the locks first. Read only lock. So I will delete this lock and now I will try to deploy the storage account. Okay, create. Yeah, deployment is in progress. So now we deployed two services on my demo resource group and one services in the Shashi resource group. So we have one deployment history in this Shashi resource group and two deployment history in my demo. Okay, come to yeah, I have created the resource group and deploy the some services on resource group. I have to enable locks on resource group. Okay, in real-time projects, in the real-time scenario, some resource group have locks enabled and some resource group does not have lock enabled. So I will enable locks in this Shashi resource group and I will not enable lock on this my demo resource group. Okay, let me go to the locks and enable the lock on this. Yeah. There are no locks enabled on this resource group. I will add one lock. I will add two locks actually. One is read only lock, one and another one is write delete lock. Read lock. Okay. And I will also add on cannot delete lock. Delete lock. Select lock type as delete. Okay. Click on OK. So now two lock types are two locks and different lock types are enabled on this resource group. Okay. Let me go back to my home page. Yeah. Now we enable the locks on resource group. Now we have to create one service principal. For creating service principal, we have to go to the intra ID. So Microsoft intra ID, that is our Azure Active Directory, and to create one app registration. Yeah, here app registration. In the app registration, create one new registration. Give name like my demo. Yeah. I'm selecting this option for supported account types, my demo, and I will registering this. Yeah, now my application is registered, and that is my demo. And if I in that I have to go, we have to go to certificates and secret and click on new client secret. This secret is used to communicate with the DevOps pipeline. Okay, for service connection. My demo service principal. That is the description I am giving. Anything you can give. Expires I will choose default and click on add. Yeah. Now one class client secret is created. We have to keep this copy this value and store it somewhere because later it will go. It will not. We are not able to see that. Okay. I will paste the secret here. Value here. Now I need to create custom role. We have created the services principal and we need to create the custom role and assign it to the that created service principal. Okay, that is my demo. um, for creating custom role, we need to go to the subscription, and that is Azure Pass is my subscription. Here we have to go to access control. Here click on add custom role. Give some custom role name like I am giving my demo custom role, my demo CR, custom, that is CR. Permission, click on next. We need to add the permission. We can add the permission by one, or we can add by permission by using JSON. Okay. As of now, I will add one permission using add permission. I will add this permission first. Microsoft subscription resource group read. This permission I will add first. We can add it by one, or we can add it in the JSON array. Click on add permission and I will paste the permission name and select my, and yeah, it's giving in some other language. This is the exact permission I have pasted there, and I will select, click on add. Now I have added one permission, this permission. Now I will go to this JSON. Here I can see that permission I have added. So I will edit this permission and I will add all these permissions. Okay. Uh, Yeah, we have added all the permission and click on save. Click on review and create. Yeah, now our custom role is custom role permission is created. Um, Now we need to assign the custom role permission to the that service principal my demo. Okay. So for assigning that permission, again click on add role assignment. Here type select custom role and type all select not built in we have created custom roles, select custom role. So my demo CR is my custom role, right? I will select this and click on next. So we need to assign to my created one app registration service principal my demo, right? So we need to add that member. So click on select members and search for my demo. Add this and select review and assign. Now we have added the custom role permission to our service principal, that is my demo. Okay. Now in our Azure portal, we have completed all the parts. Now we have to go to our Azure DevOps portal and we have to create one project, one create service connection in the project settings, and need to connect have to connect our Azure pipeline to our Azure portal and import the repo. The repo consists of our YAML file for pipeline and PowerShell script to perform the activity, and we need to create the pipeline. Okay, let's go to the Azure DevOps portal. Yeah, this is my DevOps portal. I have some projects in my organization, that is Kanta MS my organization, and I have some projects created. For this demo, I am creating new project. Okay, it's project name today's demo is it uh, visibility public private. I will select private and default and version control also git and basic. I will select Azure and click on create. Yeah, our project is created, but we don't have any repo or any pipelines in our project. Okay, we need to import the repo from our GitHub and we have to create the pipeline. Before that, we need to connect our project with the portal. Okay, for execution. For that, go to the project settings. In the pipelines, go to service connection. There are no service connection present here as of now. We are going to create one service connection. Select Azure Resource Manager. Click on Next. Select Azure Service Principal Manual. Click on Next. We are the scope level is subscription and subscription ID. Go back to Azure portal and click in the overview the subscription ID. Copy the subscription ID and paste the subscription ID and subscription name. Copy the subscription name, paste the subscription name, and authentication service principal ID. Service principal ID is the service principal we have created in the app registration. For that, we need to go again the Microsoft Intra ID app registration in the all application my demo. This is our service principal. Here in the overview, our application ID, client ID is the service principal ID. Copy that, paste here. Service principal key is the we have created one client secret before and we copied the value, right, and stored the value. That is the our service. That is the key. Copy that and paste the service principal key and tenant ID. Tenant ID is present here. The directory tenant ID. Copy this and paste here. If everything is okay, the verification will be success, or else it will show you there. Click on verify. Yeah, now verification is success. And give some service connection name like today's demo. I will give demo, yes, demo service connection, and select check this grant access permission to all pipelines. Verify and save. Yeah, yeah, now our service connection is has been created. Now go to repos. We need to import the uh, our repository from GitHub. I'm going to my GitHub account where I have my project repository that contains the code file for XAML file and PowerShell script. Yeah, this is my repository. Here I will copy this clone URL. Just click on import repository and paste the URL that you copied from the GitHub project URL. Okay, clone URL. Mm, then click on import. Yeah, it will take some time to import the repository. Meanwhile, go to the pipelines. Yeah, here there is no pipeline created as of now. We need to create one pipeline. Here you can see our Azure deployment cleanup YAML file. And there is a cron job to schedule for every day at midnight. It will auto schedule the job for we can edit this cron job for every once per week or once per month, uh, as per your necessity. And we have two task. One is Azure PowerShell task, which will run our PowerShell script. The PowerShell script, and this is the subscription, and this is the subscription service connection to connect with our subscription. And this is the script path, that is the remove Azure deployment is our PowerShell script. So that is the script path. And our script has some arguments also, number of deployments to keep. I have here I have given 0 because I don't want to uh, keep any deployment history. So I kept 0. You can keep 100 as per your requirements. If there are 800 deployments, you can keep latest 100 deployments by editing this 0. Okay. This is a subscription ID. This is my subscription ID, and output. And another parameter is output directory. This is for storing the log details in the pipeline artifact. Okay, and I am using the other PowerShell version, latest version. And this is the this task is for storing the log details in the JSON format, log details.json in the Azure artifact. if the pipelines in the files in the middle also, it will store the continue with error I have given true, so that it will store my log details in the JSON format till where it executed. Okay, coming to our PowerShell file, we have mandatory parameters. One is number of deployments to keep, subscription ID, and output directory. As we discussed before, we are passing these parameters to our pipeline YAML file. Okay. Mm, yeah. Here I am targeting the single subscription ID. We can uh, execute this task on multiple subscription also by simply adding another task below of this task. Okay. Below of this task, we need to add another task with another that subscription. We need to add another task for, and also we need to edit this subscription ID with the other subscription ID. Just if you have two or three subscription, suppose if you have production, non-production, UAT, uh, those subscription have different subscriptions, right? For that, in that case, you just add that task below and change the change the subscription ID and as a number of deployments to keep as per your requirements. Yeah, let's come again. Go back to PowerShell script. Here this is the JSON function to save the logs of resource groups in the JSON format. Okay, this is the function. Save the log details to file. First, it will set the resource group for current subscription. It will print the current subscription on the console and try to get the all the resource group. Get all the resource group on our PowerShell script will try to get all resource group and check for whether it is for each resource group it will in our subscription we may have number of resource group. It will loop through each resource group and check for the existing logs and it will try to remove the logs and it store the log details in the JSON. Okay, when it removes the logs, it will store the log details to JSON, and it will try to delete the deployments in that particular resource group. If there is if there is no, if the suppose if the resource group does not have any logs enabled, it will print this particular resource group does not have any logs enabled. Okay, if that resource group have lock, it will remove the lock and it will print the lock name also. Mm, or else we have the exception handling mechanism, try catch block, where in the catch block we error to remove the locks. If there is a um, if the script does not have ability to perform the activity, then it will print this exception. And after deleting after removing the logs, it will print. Um, it will save the log details to on this JSON file, and then it will uh, and then it will get the deployments in resource group. The resource group may have number of deployments. Let's assume it may have near to 800 or 800 deployments. In our case, we have only 2-3 deployments as of now for this demo. Let's assume 800 deployments. It will loop through each deployments by timestamp order. Like it will loop through oldest to newest and delete the oldest deployments history and keep if we give parameters number of deployments to keep 100 as our requirement, then it will remove the old 700 deployments history and keep only latest 100 deployments history. For this demo, I am not keeping any deployments history. I kept my um, number of parameters to 0, so it will delete all the deployment history, delete all the deployment history. Mm, okay, after the it is looping through each deployment and it will delete the deployment history. After when deleting the deployment history, it will print the delete deployment name also on the console. If the resource group does not have lock enabled, does not have any deployments in that particular resource group, then it will print there are no deployments to delete in that resource group. Suppose I have given the number of deployments to keep parameter is 100. Suppose my resource group have less than 100, then it will print because it does not have 100 or 100 plus deployments, right? So it will print no deployments to delete in this resource group. Mm, okay. Or else, yeah. Mm, after deleting the deployments, after deleting the deployments, it will re-enables the locks. Okay, if there is a lock in that resource, previously lock is there on that resource group, it will at first it removes the locks, right? It again re-enables the lock, same lock name and lock type on that particular resource group, and save and again save the and so save that log details to our JSON file. This is for our one resource group. Then after performing all these activity, it will our script will try to iterate to the next resource group and try to perform the same activity. At last, it will store the log details to log details of all resource group into the JSON file and in the artifacts. So this is when this is where our script is completed, and it will print the where the location of our JSON file is stored. Okay. Okay. Now we go to pipeline and execute the pipeline. And now we don't have any pipeline, so let's create one pipeline. Create new, select Azure repos git, today's demo is it, that is the a repo. Here we have already existing YAML pipeline for our repo in our repo. Mm, Select this, this is our pipeline YAML file. Th- Continue. Yeah, take a over on this our YAML file that we discussed before. Just click on run. Yeah, first it will get some resource authorization issue. Just click on authorize resource authorized. Now go to, yeah, just run run new, getting some error because of some pipeline authorization. There was resource authorization issue. The pipeline is not valid. Job cleanup. Okay, demo. Go to our pipeline and check for PowerShell script and AZ demo SC. Okay, our service connection name is different. In this our project settings, if we go to service connections, our service connection name is demo SC, right? So we need to go to the repo and click on the YAML file, click on edit, just change the service connection name, that is demo SE. Click on commit, commit. Now go back to the pipeline. Now it is automatically scheduled because I've edited the may make the changes, so automatically triggered my pipeline. Now go inside the our pipeline. Let's wait for the results. Yeah, one agent is agent. We used a Windows latest agent. This is our subscription. Yeah, current subscription it printed, and resource group with logs is Shashi. We have added two logs, right? One is read only log and delete log. Okay. Remove the log, delete. We enable two logs, right? Reader log and delete log with names the reader and delete. It removed the log name delete, and it removed the read log also. We enable to log, and those log details are stored in the log details.json file. When it removes the log, immediately it will store the log details to JSON file, because in case in the middle in our pipeline fails due to any reason, we have this log history in the artifacts pipeline artifact. We have this log file, okay, so that we can use it as the backup for again re-enable for enabling the logs later. Yeah, as you can see, when the locks are deleted on Shashi, that read lock and delete lock, it deleted the one we deployed one storage account, right? That it the our pipeline deleted that deployment, deleted the deployment. It will also print the deployment name. And again, when the deployments are deleted in that resource group, it again it enabled the that reader lock and delete lock. Delete lock is the cannot delete lock, and the lock type is cannot delete, and the reader lock is read only lock. It re-enabled the lock. Okay. Um, we have created another resource group my demo, right? Where it is. Mm, will come. I think it's in below. This AZ deploy also some locks enabled, but there is no deployments in that particular resource group. So it just removed the lock, search for the deployments. So there is no development. That's why it's again re-enabled the same lock type. Um, and stored in the JSON format. And these resource group also does not have any deployments, so it will printing like no deployments to found in resource group, and no logs also present in those resource group. Okay. Yeah, here we can see no logs found in the resource group my demo. My demo I am not enabled any logs on my demo, but I deployed two deployment services on the my demo, right? So here it is deleted the two deployments. Um, and that is the storage accounts I have deployed on those resource group. It does not deleted the services, but only deleted the deployment history, and stored the and at the end it stored all the log details to log details JSON file. Okay, if we go to the here, If we go back to our pipeline, in the today's demo is it, let's go inside. There is one artifact published. Click on this artifact. Here you can see log details directory. Here it have the log details of all the resource group. Okay, just click here. It will download one JSON file, log details.json. Just open that one. Here you can see Shashi and Azure deploy. Um, and that Shashi resource group, both read lock and delete lock is there. So it will giving the lock details and lock name and lock type also. In this Azure deploy, the Azure backup protection lock is enabled. So that is cannot delete lock. It's printing that one. Okay. Let's go to the Azure portal and verify our deployments are deleted successfully or not and logs enabled successfully or not. Okay, first we check on my demo. If we go to the deployments, yeah, as you can see, there are no deployments here because I kept the number of parameters to keep is 0. So it deleted all deployments on my resource group. Let's go to the resource group Shashi and check deployments. Yeah, as you can see here also there is zero deployments history. And if I go to the logs, click on refresh. Yeah, as you can see there is delete log name and read log with the delete log type and read only log type. Okay, so um, and today in this demo we have seen that our pipe we created uh, resource groups and deployed some services to it and enables the locks on them and they are created and also created service principal and created some custom role and assigned the permission to this that service principal. And in our DevOps portal we created project, created service connection and import the repo from our GitHub and created the pipeline and executed the script and executed the pipeline successfully. In the post condition, we also have seen log details are stored in the pipeline artifact, and we can now we can deploy the services on the resource group. Okay, okay, guys, thank you.